Hi, I'm Michele Celentano, portrait and family photographer and Westcott Top Pro. In today's video, we're going to explore family portraits and especially grandparents with their grandchildren and how to light a large group in a way you've probably never seen before. Okay, this video is going to be jam-packed with a ton of fun and complete chaos. We have 8 children under the age of 9, 1 9-year-old, 3 under the age of 6, and 3 just around the age of 1, which is complete chaos. We'll be focusing mainly on the grandparents and the grandchildren as a portrait for them, which is just going to be super fun. Today, I'm going to be working with 2 lights, 2 FJ400s and 2 Rapid Box Switch Octa M's. Now, you're used to seeing lighting when doing a group that comes from in front of the group, but I'm going to switch it up completely and show you how we're going to cross light that group and create an even beautiful light that looks super natural outside without over flashing them. Get ready, it's going to be a ride. Okay, this is right here one of the most challenging portrait situations you can have yourself in. We have an extended family, grandparents with their adult children and grandchildren. We have 8 children, ages 8 and under. So that 9 and under, 9 and under. That is a challenge. Getting all of the kids looking at the same place, posing all the children. So we have 6 adults and 8 children today. We're gonna watch how this works. We have a very simple lighting setup to go with today. We're really cross lighting this entire group. So I've brought in 2 lights. I've picked out the location that I want to shoot in, and they're just going to cross our subjects completely, feathering. So in most situations, you might want to just aim the light at the subjects. I don't like to do that. I still like to use the edge of the light and feather them across. We're going to work in this area, which is nice and shady right now, so I want to keep this family cool in the heat, and with a family this big, I generally will not move around the park. There's a lot of little kids here, and that will be tough to move. So we're gonna work in this area, we're gonna work fast, and you're gonna see me just go from 0 to 60. Get ready. All right, who's ready? All right, Randy and Debbie, come on over. We'll start with you guys. Hip, right, on this hip. If we go the other way, that's the way, yep. Perfect, right there next to Randy. Come around this way. Jared's lap, and then let me see and keep those hands down. Don't you do it. And stop being a goofball. You got it? Stop it. Knock it off, all right? And this is the true test of professional. Can you get a baby who's screaming to smile at you? Woohoo! Like, yeah, just see. Can you come to this side, buddy? Can you go high knees right here? Put your knees down. Bend on your Can you put your knees down for me right here?
Go on your knees, buddy.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna have you come right here. Ready, set. So it's constantly rearranging, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Okay, here we go, everybody. Who knows the wheels on the bus? Yeah, we're doing the best we can, right?
All right.
So I'll have you in here, just kind of, yeah, relax that arm. She's so done. Okay. I have tortured children long enough. Okay. Whew. Well, that was crazy. You must be tired just watching that because we were definitely tired doing that. I want to go over a few points I couldn't quite talk about while we were filming, only because, obviously, it was a lot of chaos with those kids. With kids these ages, we have to move really, really fast, and it's just a constant keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. When we talk about the macro posing, we talk about where we want to put our subjects within the scene and not overpose them right then and there. So I put the grandparents where I want them first, and I started to add in the older children because I know that they will be able to stay put where I want them. And then towards the end, we grabbed those like 1-year-old little babies and added them to the scene. I then run back to my camera, and I've got a couple of adults. The moms were standing by me, just checking in on the kids. And at that point, I'm doing really, really ridiculous things. I'm singing weird songs. I'm making weird animal sounds. I'm barking at people. And I've already told all of the adults, no matter what I'm doing, please keep your eyes on me and keep smiling. Don't do the thing where you're like looking at the kids, looking at the kids, looking at the kids to see if they're smiling. I've got this. And then you have kids who start to melt down and want to run away and run towards the camera, and you've got to like back up and start all over and keep moving, do it again and again and again. At this point, I'm really on rapid fire so that while I'm shooting, if in between I get all of those expressions, great. Working on a tripod makes this so much easier, because if in that chaos of posing and running back and fitting kids in and moving back, I had to constantly readjust, pick up my camera, recompose, refocus, and do all of that, it would take up so much more time. So being on a tripod is a tremendous help. Also, if in that group I do need to swap ahead, all I have to do is layer 2 images on top of each other and erase the faces I don't want to show the faces that I actually do want. So it's a really, really simple way to be able to fix, crying babies or head swaps after, because every image is exactly the same. They're just different, expressions. So it's a fast moving thing. You have, again, 8 kids with the grandparents, and then we added in some of the parents. If I had the parents there, we were able to photograph the baby with, the mom and dad, and then grandparents in there. I will always try to do as many combinations as I can until I have literally exhausted the last child and someone's shooting fire daggers at me from their eyes like I need to take my child home. But whew, I mean, if you've ever photographed even one-year-old, you know what that was like for me today. But it was a ton of fun, and I know I got images that they're absolutely going to love. So another thing that we had to deal with, in addition to the chaos of the kids, is the original shaded area that I chose. The sun was changing quickly throughout the day, and the sun started to encroach on that right-hand camera right part of my frame. And so I ended up having to move my subjects to the other side. I will have to contend with that light post that you guys will see there and go, what did you do with that light post? It's there. It was the one thing where I was like, what am I gonna fix here? Bright sun or this light post? That's an easy fix for me, so I'll do that later. But we did rotate the group so that I would keep them out of that hot sun. Now here's the key thing, and really this portrait, when you come down to it and why it's really successful, besides that the kids are really cute, is the lighting. The lighting is critical here, and most people don't do this, but I really want to encourage you to bring your lights away from your subjects and cross them for these large groups. Because really what is lighting that group is the edge of that light, and that edge of the light really comes around and makes a beautiful soft light to one side of the portrait and then the other. So you get that soft light that crosses and evenly lights them without having to direct your strobes directly onto them. It's a really easy technique, and it seems counterintuitive because you're moving the lights away from the subject and then crossing them. And so in your mind's eye, you're like, that light's never gonna hit them, but it actually does. And you'll see there's before and afters in the images that we're showing you. So you're gonna see darker and you're gonna see lighter, and that's just those 2 lights doing magic. So easy, so simple. Use a light meter. I metered both sides. So I went in there, I metered the light on the left and the light on the right to make sure they were both at about 4.0, 5.6, wherever I was shooting at. But just make sure it's even. If you've got even light, it's going to be beautiful. Okay, here are my tips for working with children. First, I studied developmental ages of children, so that's really helpful to understand what a 1-year-old is capable of, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, 4-year-old. By the time kids are 4, they're actually becoming helpful, and they want to help you, and they want to be a part of the process. 2-year-olds, not so much. They're really little demons, and most of the time when people call me with a 2-year-old, I hang up. I don't, but I'm just kidding. Anyway, older kids are great because I will bring them in and tell them that they're gonna be the heroes and the big kids of this portrait, and they're really gonna help me. So I know older kids like to be helpful, so I'll always let them know, hey, I really need your help on here. Can you help me with the younger ones, your cousins? And they're usually really excited about doing that. I'm counting on you 2 to be my heroes here because you're the oldest. And how old are you? 6. You're 6? Oh, you're not the oldest. So you're the second oldest. Okay, so the three of you are my heroes. You got it? That means helping me with the little ones and eyes always on me and big smile. You're 4? No way. Are you married yet? No? Are you 4 too?
I'm almost in kindergarten too.
You're almost in kindergarten. Get out of here.
I'm in first grade.
First grade.
I'm going into fourth.
And then you just have to know that when you get those little ones, the 2-year-olds in, you're acting ridiculous. You have to have no concern about how you look doing a portrait. You have to be able to sing ridiculous songs, say dumb things, talk about poop, talk about, different cartoons and favorite princesses and superheroes and, depending on the age of the kid. You have to be able to do raspberries and and make funny faces and do all of these crazy things. Also, having one parent next to the camera or one person that will make the kids laugh is really important. Sometimes with groups like this, you'll get a bunch of adults standing behind you. You know what it's like. They're all standing behind you and then the kids are looking all over. So I always just ask for one person to stand right next to my camera to work on getting the attention of the little ones. If there's too many people, the attention is all over the place. Just learn to be silly and know that it will never be a perfect portrait. You're never gonna get a 2-year-old to sit perfectly with their legs crossed and ankles crossed and hands here. And we can start that way, and I can say to someone in the portrait, cross their ankles, grab their hand, do this, because we're looking for kids thumbs in the mouth, turning this way, turning that way, their feet are splayed, and then we're just shooting right into the crotch area. So it's such a fast moving thing, especially with this many kids. It's so hard, but this is the kind of portrait that these grandparents are going to love. Not only will they love this now, but think about these 8 kids in 40 years, when they're my age, and they have this incredible photograph with all of their cousins and their grandparents at a young age. That's where my mind goes during these particular shoots. It's never gonna be perfect when you have this many kids. The key is to let them have fun, to be ridiculous, to get the expressions, and to light it really well. It doesn't matter what the kids are doing. If you get it lit really well, the picture and the end photograph is just gonna sing and everyone is gonna love it. One of the other advantages to having your lighting set up and your family in one location and being on a tripod is that everything is going to be extremely consistent. And when you're using outdoor lighting, you definitely want to know that it's consistent, it's well balanced, it's going to fire every time. Now, I'm on rapid fire a lot of the time, so every once in a while I'll have a misfire, but only because I am trigger happy and I'm just trying to get so I get as many different expressions as I can. But these lights fire unbelievably. I don't even think we went through a half a battery on this shoot, which is amazing. I could have continued on and photographed for the rest of the day. And I have actually had lights in my studio on with batteries and used them on multiple sessions and didn't change them until they were really low. So just know that when you have your equipment and you know how it works and you are secure with it and you know that it won't fail you, then you're free to create the portraits that you really want to create.